Hello friends, this is Cara-Renee with B.Reborn Art and Healing, coming to you with the flip through of this adorable 2 signature journal. This journal is actually the second prize in the 2,000 subscriber giveaway, even though since we hit that number we're already at almost 2,100. It's growing super fast, but this is complete. This is the 4th video in the series. I said there were only going to be 3, but this is the 4th because it's the flip through, so that's a revision to the qualifications for the drawing. So in order to qualify for this prize as well as the grand prize, which is going to be the Autumn Garden Journal, which I have started some ephemera, but that's it. So in order to qualify for either one of those prizes, you need to be a subscriber. You need to like the video and leave a comment on each video in each of the playlists. So there's 2 playlists, the Autumn Garden playlist and the Autumn Diary playlist. So as all I ask is that you leave a comment that is engaging, perhaps share what is your favorite season to create around, what is your favorite piece of ephemera that you like to make, anything that is engaging. So I'm not looking for anything specific. I just really like the relational aspect of the commenting, and that's what blesses my soul, and I think it's really helpful for the community that we're building here on the channel. So those are the only requirements. I won't be doing the drawing until I am done with the large journal, which will probably be a few weeks still. I work pretty fast once I'm focused on a project, so I'm getting it started, but I had to get some other things off of my desk. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and do the flip through. Oh, and it is only available, I'm so sorry, to people in the United States and Canada. I just simply cannot afford to ship overseas. It's just too much, and I don't sell any of my work. I do it all kind of, I do it as charity and giveaways. I don't make any money from it at all. So, so that's kind of a limitation that I put. I am looking for some mechanism so that I can honor and provide prizes to people that are international, but I'm still working on that. So here we go. So I just clipped this on here. This was supposed to go on a piece of ephemera, but I didn't want to untie this when I found it. So, so I've tied this off with some seam binding. This beautiful yellow gold color. So I'm just going to take that off. And this is the beautiful cover that we made. So again, this is there was 3 actual working videos on this project. The first one was making the topper. So this is a separate piece here. So we made the topper in my Sunday's Art of Truth called Letting Go, and then we made the journal cover on the Sunday's Art of Truth called Seasons Come and Seasons Go. And then we made some ephemera on camera as well. In this video where we made the cover, I also did a bunch of Gelli printing, which you're going to see in the journal as well. So this is an old flower from an old sandal, and I talk about that in the Sunday's Art of Truth called Letting Go. There's just a really cool story about this little faux leather flower that fit perfectly on this journal. So we've got some beads here at the bottom. I do apologize. They are my strings were not quite long enough. I wonder, oh, you know what? It's pulling down and going to come off. I'm going to have to rectify that. So sorry for the ring light. So anyway, we've got some cute little bits there. So I'm going to have to retie that one. I can see I pulled and it's pulling beyond that hole. So I will fix it. So as you can see, we've got some lace sticking out of the bottom, and we've got lots of yumminess sticking out of the sides. So let's take a look inside. I am going to try to move my camera a little bit closer here. There we go. So this is one of the pockets that we made with the Gelli prints, this gorgeous Gelli pen. I love it. And this is a card that I picked up at a local antique shop. So there's a seller there that sells these images that are made in card form. So I thought I would just leave that as a card. It's a beautiful writing space. So yeah, I like that. And then you can see, you probably noticed that the outside cover is different than the inside cover, and the story behind that is that I ran out of my crackle paint, so I was not able to replicate and do the same on both sides. I have since ordered 3 containers of crackle paint. So this kit is from My White Cat Journal. Absolutely stunning kit. I love it. It's in the tones that really touch my heart. I don't like the Halloween-y colors. I don't like the bright oranges and the bright I just don't like the typical Halloween colors. I'm not a Halloween person, so I like the more natural tones that we see, although we know that we see those really vibrant reds and oranges in nature, which I love seeing, but as far as creating around it, this is more in my sphere. So over here we've got a side tuck that's from the kit. We created a cluster, got a couple of journaling cards in the side tuck. This is from the kit as well. We've got a tuck spot. Vellum. Coffee dyed paper from my stash. These we just created. I just created the video, actually went up today on the day that I'm filming this flip through. These were embossed dangles, and they are after the concept of what people out there are calling twisted tangles, which is where you take all your scraps, you basically collage them out, cut them up in strips, stick them through your embossing machine, and you get these great textures. So I will link that video in the description box so that you guys can see how we made these. So they're layered up with paper and some textile stuff. I just attached it with, I have a punch that makes this shape, and I just fold it in half, and then I put my eyelet in, and it works really well. So I made this belly band out of one of the Gelli prints and just made a cluster. And then I made my own collage board, master board, with the papers from the kit. So I tore everything up, 20-pound paper prints, and I collaged them all on. I added some text here, and then I did the same thing. I embossed that. Is that just amazing? And I used the Ranger collage medium in the vintage color, so it's a brownish color, and we got this beautiful vintagey look just right out of the gate. I'm going to slide that in. Obviously added some of my coffee dyed eyelet trim, and in here this is another piece from the collage master board, and you can see that we've got that texture from the embossing. Absolutely stunning. Definitely going to be doing more of this. And then we've got a couple of pieces of ephemera. Just added a button and some lace to the top. This is one of the tags from that same master board. And I did do some stenciling here and there on these pages just to add a little bit of interest. On this is a paper bag insert. This is the middle of the first signature. So I just made a collage bit on the front, and I've stuck some things inside. So I've got an envelope with a card inside, a couple of pieces of ephemera. I would suggest that if you're going to do a paper bag like this, that you decorate it, or at least lay your background papers on first before sewing it in, because this was really challenging. And then I just covered the back side with some of the paper from the kit. And this, we've got a little tuck. I just used one of the small journal cards. I believe it's a journal card, or it might just be something I cut out of one of the bigger ones. I'm not sure. And then some other bits of ephemera to tuck in there. And then we've got the other side of the bag, which I just did some stenciling on, stuck some other, I didn't put anything in here. I thought this would be fun for the recipient to be able to tuck their own stuff in, whether that's photos or other ephemera. It's totally up to them. Another pocket from the Gelli prints. Sorry, it's early in the morning here. And then a tag created from one of the Gelli prints as well. Look at that. Sorry for the glare, guys. And then I just took a piece of vintage digital, and I just grunged it up really well and created this little writing space. So just tucking that in there. I don't have a lot of my own vintage ephemera, vintage original stuff, so I have to kind of just improvise, and I'm trying to collect some stuff, but it's hard. So I'm going to hold this one up. This is a pocket that we also made out of the Gelli Printing, and then I just added a little bit of that coffee dyed eyelet trim, some sari silk. I see that glue now. I thought that wasn't going to show up, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect, right? And then a little bit of a ruler from the kit as well, a couple pieces of ephemera. And again, we've got the other side of the coffee dyed paper, another tab, and I just tie that seam binding in a bow, which I love. The other half of the vellum page, so on. Another pocket from the Gelli prints, another tag from the master board. Love that. I just love, and the way it feels. I mean, you can see the shine, and that's from the Ranger collage medium. That is a glue. And then we did the same with this paper, just kind of aged it up a little bit. Just creates a nice little writing space there. Sticking up a little high, but I didn't want to cut any more of the script off, so I left it. Again, beautiful, beautiful kit. Beautiful kit pages. This is a pocket from the kit. And got a couple of journaling cards, just really simple. I didn't go too wild and crazy embellishing the ephemera that goes in the pockets of a lot of these. This is another one of the embossed dangles that we did. This one's got, oh, this flipped all the way around. This is supposed to be on the top, the little piece. Where'd it go? There we go. So we've got a little piece of that really shabby trim or lace, and then another bigger piece in between the two larger ones. So it's really nice because depending on where you position these, you wouldn't want to put them too low if they're really long, because then they're going to hang below your journal, and that could be problematic. But I love it. So fun. And then, oh, what do we got going on here? There we go. Another vellum page. Part of my recipe for creating signatures is I have digitals, coffee dyed paper, vintage book or music pages, vellum, and any other kinds of specialty paper I might insert. But that's kind of my recipe. This is an old paper from an antique shop that I got. It's just an old writing pad. And then this is a piece from the kit. I just put some gauze behind it, and then just glued that down. Here's another one of those tabs. I just cut that out of some of the coffee dyed scraps, not coffee dyed, Gelli printed scraps. And I love the tones of the sari silk. It's not sari silk, it is seam binding. And then the last, I think this is the last piece of ephemera. I did a triple tag. I did this off camera, but it just kind of goes like so. And it's all made from the Gelli prints. Really, really gorgeous. And I backed it with that golden yellow, kind of mustard yellow, I guess, paper, scrap of paper. And then we've got another piece of the other half of that vintage paper. Another little cluster I made. This is from some fussy cutting from the kit. Really love that. Another tab. Oh, there we go. Another tab. And then we are at the end. So that is the flip through. I love, love, love how this turned out. If you look on the inside, you could see that my signatures are off. I have way more space up here, and that's because I've never done a soft cover journal before. And so I had a little bit of trouble getting my signatures in, but it's not a problem at all. It worked out just fine, and I love it. So then when you tie, oh, where did I want this? I'm not sure where I wanted that paper clip. Let's just stick it. Let's see if we can find where it should go. I'm not sure. I don't remember where I had planned for it to be. So let's just put it right here, just for time's sake here. This is a paper clip. I think I got it from Amazon. Kind of a strange shape. There we go. So let's go ahead and I'll show you how I wrap this. So I go ahead and I take my sari silk, or seam binding rather, I keep saying sari silk, and I fold it in half, and then I use that as my mark for the front center. Wrap this around, cross it in the back, and then come back around. I like that long bit on the front, so I'm just going to tie that in a bow like so. And there we go. So again, all the details for the qualifications for the drawing will be also in the description box. So I will see you next time, guys. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye.